I contested the 2013 and the 2018 election in the district of Tharparkar and the district of Umarkot, where she's coming from. I lost both my elections over there, but I have no regrets. I have no regrets because my objective of going to Tharparkar.
वज़ीर ख़ारजा शाह महमूद कुरैशी इस्लामाबाद में तकरीब से खिताब कर रहे हैं.
Contesting from my home constituency in Multan, and I returned in 2013 and I returned in 2018. The reason I went to Tharparkar and to Umarkot, that the areas that you are working and the people you're working with, was simply because I saw deprivation. I saw how nature was hard on them and how the system had ignored them. Perhaps the area that we are talking about and these ladies sitting in front of me are representing is perhaps the most deprived, the most neglected part of the country. If you look at the development allocation, it's negligible. And the money that has been allocated, the way that has been pilfered, forgive me for saying that, the way the system and the corruption within the system has siphoned off limited resources is very painful. You see deprivation. You know, when I was traveling up and down Tharparkar and Umarkot, obviously for my electioneering, one of the things that people wanted the most, you know, education is important, health is important, obviously they're important, but one thing that they asked for was clean drinking water. Now that's the biggest demand in an area which is desert. Clean drinking water. It has a direct impact on every family, on health conditions. A lot of people suffer dire health conditions because of contaminated water. So all they want is clean drinking water. Unfortunately, 7 decades of independence and consistent elected governments of Sindh have failed to give them clean drinking water. The people are hardworking, they are talented, and if given an opportunity, they can rise. And allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce Mr. Murid Rahimu, who's sitting here, who is a civil servant, belongs to Thar, educated himself, went through a competitive examination and has risen to this level. The reason I have pointed him out is that if you give the right opportunity, people in Thar can rise and they can serve their area. Who would understand Tharparkar or Umarkot more than him? Who has lived in a village, who has relations over there, who has family, and can understand the suffering of the people. An educated, sophisticated bureaucrat from Karachi would never understand the pain and the misery that he can relate to because he is from the area. You're talking of climate smart agriculture. you're talking of food security. These are both very important subjects. Today, climate is having an impact. It is having a global impact. And a country like Pakistan will vacillate from floods to droughts. We have at times so much water that we are inundated and we suffer, and we have shortages to such an extent that provinces are in an acrimonious relationship due to scarcity of water. I was listening to a press conference being made by the spokesman of the Balochistan government on how Sindh was depriving Balochistan of its water needs. And I hear representatives of Sindh complaining about Punjab, how Punjab is depriving Sindh of its water needs. And I hear people from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa talk about not being able to utilize the water allocated to them under the 1991 water record. Since we're talking of food security, water is important. Since we're talking of Tharparkar and Umarkot, water will always remain important. Pakistan, as a country, the pendulum has swung from water affluence in the 1950s to water scarcity in 2021. And the situation will get worse. It's a question of time. Until and unless we start utilizing our scarce water resource smartly and more prudently, this will become a serious challenge. It will become a serious challenge for food security because there is no shortage of land in the country. The main constraint in agricultural growth and in food security today, in my view, is water and not land. It will also have an impact on interstate relations. And as Foreign Minister of Pakistan, I do know how important water will be in future dialogue with India. How important water is going to be while we're sitting and talking to our friends in Afghanistan, because we share common water resources. So water and the importance of water cannot be highlighted enough, in my opinion. So this German NGO contributing to this awareness, and I'm grateful to the German embassy for having supported an event like this, for undertaking advocacy, for creating awareness within Tharparkar, educating people and telling them how to utilize their limited resources optimally. I'm grateful to NARC and the agriculture scientists and experts for giving us the solutions to our peculiar problems. Obviously, the ordinary farmer does not understand, cannot produce the kind of seed that is required, cannot treat their livestock unless you guide them, unless you help them. You're the experts, and you know what water stress can do. I am told that 40% of livestock in Tharparkar and Umarkot was affected this year because of water shortages.
वज़ीर ख़ारजा शाह महमूद कुरैशी क्लाइमेट स्मार्ट एग्रीकल्चर कॉन्फ्रेंस से खिताब कर रहे थे। उन्होंने कहा कि थरपारकर और सिंध के बाज़ इलाकों में पीने का साफ़ पानी तक मुहैया नहीं है।